Hello, folks. Welcome to Monday Night Modern. I'm your host, Randy. With me is my good friend, Dewey, and we are doing commentary as we get ready for round one action. Here in the feature match, we have John Steltzner, or Cerebral as I like to call him, versus JV Jeremiah Vasquez. We're going to knock on the wall and let them know it is time for them to get started, and we'll start their clock.
That was real rough on us all.
So, very interesting weekend. And if you're joining us in the chat, say hi. Let us know.
We had an interesting, the normal modern special
me.
Steam.
Burn
Let's have
me.
Stevens into Siren Visions. What would he be looking for here?
So both these are kind of playing the same deck, just one's doing it without blue.
I assume a red.
Yeah, double red.
Yep. As we see, Arclight. They're both playing an Arclight version. One's just playing blue cantrips, one's just playing Faithless Looting cantrips and Metamorphose cantrips.
Love spike, and then I'll take 2 and show you.
Sure.
John's going to gut shot him.
And both you.
Sure. Go down to 16.
So 18-16 for John. And then attack for 3 with the Arclight Phoenix.
I like Moxie. So I'm going to do something very similar. I'm going to go red blue though.
Like it.
So draw a card for that. Go. What do we do first? I think we do scour first. Hurt myself once, twice.
So with blue, you get Thought Scour. That's a way of putting Phoenix in your graveyard.
Faithless Looting.
He's Faithless Looting.
Twice.
Discard 2 Phoenix, make me feel bad.
You know it.
And he does.
Dab on the haters.
And then he's going to swing for 6, go to 12.
See ya. You got 3 cards?
So now John has to worry about those 2 Phoenixes that Jeremiah played.
Wait, no, what?
Yeah, no, that makes me wonder if he possibly has, a way to get rid of them because that's still like 6 damage
that
on
might
board.
be the play.
Yep.
Your call, Ombre.
Now it does look like he does too have 2 lightning bolts in hand.
Is that what you said you weren't gonna do? To be fair, I told you to start it, and then you're like, land go.
Yeah, cool. I'm bad at this
It's just a card game.
Yeah, and we're talking about Arclight Phoenix here as
Why
the
did you have 2 Phoenix and I had 1? I hate it.
John's talking about how
To be fair,
Jeremiah
I'll-
has 2. John only has 1.
I think it's just go.
On taps. Draw.
So John's going to go in a kind of a more defensive mode here.
Enter combat. Clear attacks.
Block.
Block. Damage.
Happens. Good night.
John going down to 9. One of the things that Jeremiah has is he has the, again with the blue in the deck, he gets Thing in the Ice.
Hate it.
I think Knights is a very scary card in my opinion. I've seen it in Pauper, which is different in Modern, but it's still very scary if it gets to flip.
This way. Thing in the ice.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to play it. And what's neat is if he can get off 4 instants or sorceries, it'll flip and become the Awoken Horror.
1, 2. And you're good.
And Jeremiah passing back. John's hand looks like he can get the Arclight back in play. So he's going to play Metamorphose, starting it off. Looks like he drew a Lava Spike, but he's going to Faithless Loot. No mana floating, so he's... I don't know, is he trying to get another land drop here?
I'm not sure.
But he can play. He can sack and play a Lava Dart. That'll be the 3 instants or sorceries. You got to kind of Lava Dart either the Arclight or you Lava dart Jeremiah.
Issue is I totally think you can chain 3 spells and flip.
How much damage does Lava Dart do?
It deals 1 damage to any target.
1 damage.
Good. 11. Move to combat.
Okay,
Where's
so he
the
chose
combat?
to
Birds.
Yep.
hit him instead.
2 for
And
6.
swing 6.
Birds. Put me to 5.
Go.
Untap.
So Jeremiah's going to try to put together a way to finish. And it looks like he does have
Pretty
it.
sure I have it because I can go Flame Slash. I can go Thought Scour, target myself once, twice, draw that. Let's see. I can go Faithlessly trigger. Reserve.
So with Faithless Looting, he's
Go once, twice.
Yeah, I had enough burn in my hand. But using double.
Yep.
Like,
So
Yeah, I
Jeremiah
figured, like,
wins that
he's
match
either
or
gotta
that game.
somehow ramp up into more arc lights or having drawing that second one was the only thing that saved me.
So they're going to be going to game 2. John's going to be on the play for game 2. And sometimes the explosive starts from Mono Red Phoenix can outpace the Mono Blue or
Funny.
Izzet
because
Phoenix.
I almost put Dragon Claw into my sideboard earlier, and I was like, people aren't playing red anymore.
But Izzet Phoenix has the ability to counter some of John's cantrips.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily turn it off, but being able to like spell pierce the Faithless Looting can really slow down Jeremiah. Or John, I should say. They both have to have, J's starting their names.
Yeah. And I think that's the big difference between Izzet and Mono Red. Even though Mono Red has the can have the
question
explosive
is,
starts,
do I play around
Izzet
the
still
fact
has
that
those
you might
counter
have
spells that can help out in the long run.
can I see thing guys real quick?
Yeah.
So I don't think John wants to play a very long game to
Or
where
something else
Jeremiah
has
wants to
things,
play the
needs
long
to
game
be
if possible.
Trigger.
John's asking to look at Thing in the Ice.
Then it comes with that. So it's non-horror. So Bedlam Reveler, I believe, is a horror.
It is, which is what I just checked. So that card doesn't get boarded out.
So they're talking about John having access to Bedlam Reveler. Bedlam Reveler is a really good card as well.
Not that I know if either of these two run this card, but with their possibility of one of them getting in surgical extraction.
Possibly.
It's fine, I'll lose this quickly enough that the timer doesn't matter.
It will for the people that he wants to get in here.
Jeremiah pointing out the fact that why I want them to start the timer. Not just for them to look at, but for the other players that are going to follow them.
I'm gonna play, obviously.
So John definitely stating that he's going to be on the play.
Draw more phoenixes.
It's true. Issue is I can.
So
only
do you
hit,
play
like,
much Modern Dewey?
You can hit more phoenixes.
Not
which
very
is an
much,
issue.
but when I do play Modern,
It's like,
I'm
just
playing
faithless
5
looking
colors
this
over
card,
aggro.
Hopefully too.
Playing what deck?
Thought Scour
5
and
colors
then-
over aggro.
Okay.
So it's very
Potentially
different
pretty
from
cool.
what everybody else is playing.
Yeah. Well, especially with some of the new slivers from Modern Horizons.
I was like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah, I'm fixing to start working on upgrading it here in the near future, putting some shocks and stuff in here to make it more consistent.
Yep. So a little bit of a dexterity problem. Jeremiah saw one of John's cards, asked him to shuffle it again.
There we go.
I will keep.
Same. Begin effects.
Swiss Spear, Tormod's Crypt, take 3/2.
So Tormod's Crypt pretty good here.
Sure.
Jeremiah's going to take 2, go down to 18. Now Jeremiah has to be very careful to work around the Tormod's Crypt.
Do I need to do that?
But I think he can.
Soul Scar takes roll. Sure. Good.
Soul Scar Mage coming down.
It's interesting.
Very strong opening from John here.
Yeah. So one of the things is that Jeremiah doesn't have another blue card,
Into regular draw card.
and he has that Force of Negation up.
Two. Red blue draw card.
Yeah.
He was looking for another blue card in order to keep the Awoken Horror alive.
Twice.
Discard.
So now that he has another blue card,
Discard.
he's going to make John use
Sucks. Oh well.
the Tormod's Crypt.
Enter combat.
Move to combat. Exile your graveyard.
Yeah. I didn't even see that Tomar's card. Here you go.
Very strong play.
Duber, how do you feel about this Phoenix Mirror? I like it.
Yeah, I like the Phoenix Mirror. I think Mono Red is in a better position than Izzet Phoenix right now, but as the game progresses, I think Izzet will catch up.
Attack you for 6. 2 prowess triggers.
Two graph triggers. That's what it was.
Good.
So Jeremiah is down to 8. I think it's time to be playing
Fire bluff. Let's go.
the Awoken Horror.
Let's go. Flame slash. Sure. Here you go.
And Jeremiah during the sideboarding conversation talked about Dragon's Claw, and here John sides it in.
And mark this trigger. Force of Negation. Trigger.
Woo! Force of Negation. Yeah.
That
Land. Center Visions. Trigger. Draw. Scry. Gone, demons. Sleight of hand.
all right, and here's where the Awoken Horror flips, and
Yep.
and now Jeremiah has got I would say like a strong lead, but a slight one.
Well, so
Red as well. That's how I take it myself. Sure.
John can still play creatures with haste and be able to get in there.
That's,
There's another Arc Light.
Yeah. So he can go to combat and attack with just the Arc Light.
haste. So at most you can do 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah. So this will probably be 6, or this will probably be 7. Yeah. We'll go there. Get him home.
Jeremiah taking a look at his life total to see can he shock in or can he just fetch.
Now, what card is allowing John to gain this life for each spell that Jeremiah plays? Is it the artifact?
Yes. Dragon's Claw.
This one can go flexibility. Yeah. Do it like this. And combat. Smash for 10.
Be 15.
Here we go.
Crack Sunday King.
As we look at John there. But whenever a player casts a red spell, you may gain 1 life. So even though John took 10, he's going to gain that life right back. And as you can see, he's back to 17.
Look at that. Yeah, you're right.
And Jeremiah's going to go down to 5.
Here, combat. Cut dice.
Okay, so
He's going to attack for 10, take John down to 7.
Flashback. Faithless Looting.
Flashback to Faceless Looting.
No, because it already goes on the stack.
I'll gain a life.
Yeah. That's easy. I played land for 10. No, I did not. Which those play that.
Crack it.
Dig.
So a lightning bolt may have been able to finish Jeremiah off, but Jeremiah's holding a lightning bolt. Right now, you just take one.
Or nope. No effects. Go to damage. Damage.
Good.
Let's see. Oh.
And Johns extends the hand, although he would have been at 9.
There. Walking straight into that damn
With
tornado.
the 7 and a 3 from Arc Light, that's 10 damage, so he would have needed to cast
Usually
two
you
spells.
play the end boss at
Yeah.
the end.
So Jeremiah wins the match.
No, you literally
1
match
nothing.
I can't beat you.
You know. So congratulations to Jeremiah.